So I'm actually here on behalf of two councils. I chair the Council on Marketing and Branding, and there's another council, which is the Future of Entertainment, and separately we came to very similar ideas and found so much overlap between our ideas that we agreed to join forces around this proposal of the Citizen Engagement Council. In the very good introduction, before I was put in the education group, the examples of smoking, of drunk driving, of seatbelts were all driven by a combination of advertising and entertainment. In the United States, there is an organization called the Ad Council, where media companies donate free media, and then advertising agencies donate their space to build messages like "Don't let your friends," or "Friends don't let their friends drive drunk," which had a profound impact. And all of this was using entertainment, whether in short form or in long form, to educate people and to help them see the challenges. This doesn't work around the world today. It's a U.S. phenomenon. And in fact, those issues of smoking and seatbelts don't get solved as well in all parts of the world. And we believe that there's a derivative of that idea that could work on a global basis, and that is our basic proposal, which is about using citizen engagement to educate people. To quote Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. We, in marketing and branding, we don't really have the authority to set the agenda of what needs to change. Many of our colleagues are doing that, but many of these things, whether it be education or sustainability, require changes in citizens, and that's what we're trying to affect. So we're trying to get media and entertainment to give us the space and the format to present ideas, and then use creative talent to get citizens interested, which in turn will let corporations build better products, because sometimes the products have to change, which I think becomes a more sustainable way to affect some of the changes that we're trying to affect here in global redesign at the citizen level. I really want to make the case for why entertainment is important, partially because advertising itself is becoming less effective. But we see places like Mexico where telenovelas are used to get messages out in profound ways that really do educate people. Education of citizens doesn't have to be boring, doesn't have to always be in a classroom, doesn't have to follow a hierarchy. It can happen in their everyday lives. People want to be entertained. People want to engage with their communities. People want to use their social networks, and we want to embed there. Practically, how do we get started? We can't tackle the world. A global effort to build a global citizen engagement council, we think would just sink under its own weight. We'd have a lot of meetings. So we started by focusing on 4 countries. There are 4 countries that the Global Redesign Initiative is focused on. They're smaller nations, and they're nations where we believe we can go in, find out how media is consumed there, what is the primary means of entertainment, embed ourselves there using the U.S. Ad Council blueprint, but it's not exactly the same, which is why we call it citizen engagement. We do believe it'll be more social network. We do believe it'll do a lot more with mobile devices and SMS. It won't be a television phenomenon. And so it's not we're taking the U.S. idea exactly, we're deriving from it to build this partnership between donated media space, content producers, and top creative talent. What we think is important is that we establish good measures, like we did with drunk driving, so that we can track year over year, because some of these changes will take decades to really affect, and we can see what works and doesn't work and move it along. We're all trying to get attention here to get these ideas across. I think, why do we believe in it? We think it's simple. We think it's not changing citizens. They're all entertaining themselves. They belong in communities today. They're consuming media of some sort. We think it's very human, and that we're really relying on people to change, because some of this can't be mandated. It's about everyday citizens changing their own behavior in subtle ways. And it is proven, at least in the Ad Council model, and there are models of public service advertising around the world, and there are models of people using entertainment in ways for the social good that have worked. So we've got things we can build on. We can absolutely tie into people's existing passions and then propel them. I'm a big believer that social networks will help us in profound ways. We also think it's very important that we do this not just in the Western world, but social networks as they exist with the 4 billion people who only access the internet through the mobile phone. We haven't solved all the answers on SMS, but it'll be an important part of this. I also think it's sustainable, and we have seen this with the Ad Council in the U.S., because you get mutual value. We'll start by accelerating literacy of citizens around the world. That will help them solidify values, which will change their behaviors, that will create demand for better products. you know, a lot of times companies will say, I can't build more sustainable products because people won't buy them. That's because the demand isn't there. And so I think we're trying to prime the pump so that nobody has an excuse but to move forward with better products in a more sustainable way. And we do think these behaviors can then be self-propelling, so the products get better, the economy works, people are entertained, and it cycles through. Again, I think the metrics are a really important part of this. Each of these constituents, the business side, the media side, the governments, the NGOs, they all have different ways of measuring. But if we can align metrics to know that we're all moving in the same direction, we can make a difference. And we're quite excited about launching it in a few countries soon. Thank you.
David.